grade 8 and 9, we're going to look at the exponents. Now, an exponent, if you have a number and a number has a number on top of it, right? So we call this type of a number as a what? As an exponent, right? This is an exponent, it's an exponential form. And we call this number that is on top there, we call it a what? It's a power, or it's a degree, right? And we call this number here, we call it it's a base. It's very important, right? If you remember in the previous lessons, when we're doing the LCM and the HCF, if you had 4 is square root of 4 is 2 times 2, and therefore the exponential form of 4 is equal to 2 to the power 2 when you put that in an exponential form. And then if you put 9 in an exponential form, square root of 9 is 3. That means it's 3 times 3. That means it's going to be 3 to the power 2. If you still remember that, so we're going to dwell on that. Now let's look at the low one, the multiplication of exponent. Let's say we have, now in this case, a to the power m multiplied by a to the power n. Now what's going to happen now? If the bases are the same, like you have same base, which is a, remember we said that this number is the what? Is the base, right? So if the bases are the same, there it's a, we're going to take 1a. And then what do you do with the powers? You add them, right? All the time, if you're multiplying an exponent with another exponent, what do? You just take one base, and then what do you do with the powers? You add them. That's the law 1 of exponent. Now let's take an example here. Example 1. Let's say we have 3 to the power 8 multiplied by 3 to the power 2, right? So what we're going to do, since the bases are the same, it's 3 and 3, and then you're going to just put 1 3, and then what do you do with the powers? You add them. So it's going to be 3 to the power 10. You leave that in an exponential form if you are required to. Example 2. Let's say we have 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 2. Now, what do you need to remember? 2 is equal to 2 to the power 1. There's an invisible 1 there. So the bases are the same. You take just one base, which is 2, and then you add the powers. It's 5 plus 1, which is 2 to the power 6. And then example number 3, let's say we have 4 multiplied by 4 to the power 2 times by 4 to the power 3. Now the bases are the same. You have one base, same base, which is 4, and then the power there, it's 1, invisible 1, and 2 and 3. So we're just going to take one base. It's going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3. That will make 4 to the power 6. I hope that makes sense, guys. It's quite straightforward at that. Now let's take this example now. Let's take this one. Where we have 2 to the power 5 times 5, and then times 2 to the power 3 times 5 to the power 4. So what is going to happen now? We have two bases here. We have a base of 2 and we have a base of 5. So we're going to start with the base of 2. It's going to be 2, and then you add the powers. So with 2 you have that one, and then you have that one. So it's going to be 5 plus 3 multiplied by the base of 5, and then the power, it's 1 there. There's 1 plus 4, this 4, and then it's going to be 2 to the power 8 times by 5 to the power 6. You leave it like that. I hope that makes sense. Another example there, 5. It's going to be 3 to the power 4 times b to the power 6 times 3b times 3 to the power 2 b 7. This one, it looks challenging, but it's not. So we have two bases here as well. We have a base of 3, here's 3, and we have a base of b. B. So we're going to start with 3. It's going to be 3, and then 3 to the power 4 plus 3 to the power 1 plus 3 to the power 2. 1 plus 2, and then we times by b. So we have b to the power 6 plus b to the power 1 plus b to the power 7. I hope that makes sense. So it's going to be 3. It's going to be 3 to the power 7 times b to the power 14. I hope that makes sense, guys. That's low one.